God, well, this is a piece of crap. For some reason, Bandicam is just acting up, and I just don't know why. Either way, hello everybody, it's pt.10. Welcome back to some more Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations, Turnabout Ablaze. In the previous episode, we had finished up our investigation in the Ablaze embassy, and we are going up against Larry's sentences. We had found out, well, we knew that he was lying in the first place, and in this episode, he's going to add more lies, I'm sure. So, let's get right to it. If you like what you see, leave a like down below. Comment if you have anything to say. Subscribe to me if you haven't already, and share with your friends so they can enjoy this for themselves. Also, I apologize for the sounds in the background. It's actually my computer fan. I didn't plug in my other mic today, so that's gonna be that. So let's just get to it. So you're thinking that all I wanted to do was visit Mindy? Well, I dressed up as Santa and climbed up to the chimney, but the smoke was really thick. This case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for the speech. Then to top it all off, I became a suspect in a murder. That's what you really meant. But why would I ever put myself through so much humiliation on purpose? Hey! Somebody say something! Mary, are you seriously trying to just admit this? Not just a confession, but as testimony. So what if I am? Is there something wrong with that? My claim is a claim, claiming my claim. Do you have a problem with that? So was you. You're my stalker. But I should warn you, it doesn't matter what kind of flattery you throw at me. I'm the devoted type of woman who's wholly focused on— oh god, here we go again. She's getting faster, holy crap. I'm so inspired! You're such an inconsiderate, cowardly, idiotic, and all-around completely vestless man. I thought I heard something ominous just now, but perhaps it was just my imagination. I believe there's nothing further for me to prove at this point. What do you mean? Of course you still got something to prove. You have to show me some proof that I was trying to meet up with Mindy. Proof, you say? Remember, Reggie? Everything is evidence in court, right? You mean, evidence is everything in courts, Larry. But I understand your point. Yeah, see? I'm totally pro at this now. Very well. If you wish to see the evidence, then let me show you the last piece of evidence you'll ever wish to see. So you think that all I wanted to do was go visit Mindy? Hold it! Well, I have been saying that for a while now. And after all, if not for that, then whatever other reasons you have to go down that chimney. Hold it! You can't say that without any evidence. It goes against the rules, Edgy. Not so fast. Thanks for keeping the prosecutor in line for me, Mr. Suspect. Oh my gosh, hold it! I have the evidence, and if you wish to see it that badly, I can introduce you to... Ah, but it's not good to keep debating my subordinates. Cody shows them already. Good lies! All lies, Edgy! Well, if you wish to lie, then by all means continue. Because I'm ready to expose your lie at a moment's notice. You won't get the better of me! Now let's see! Well, I was a little bit tricky, but the smoke was really thick. Oh crap, I didn't mean to press that button. I gotta do all this all over. Yes, this was funny the first time, but not so funny the second time. All because I pressed the wrong button. Ugh. No. Case of mistaken identity, and that mistake may relate for the speech. This button, thank you very much. So it should be 0. No. Present for NBC staff, Mr. Okay, no. Stand-in request, no. Letter from a stalker? I wonder. Objection! Larry, don't even think about denying that you have knowledge of this letter. Hey! Why are you showing me the thing like that? Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight, your loving knight. Well, listen, that's just romantic. But you weren't able to descend on her from above, were you, Mr. Loving Knight? I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't remember a thing. Objection! You can pretend to be ignorant all you like, but it's written right here. The letter provides that you were not out to meet the old lady, but rather you were attempting to pay Miss Mindy a visit. A part of this letter shows that type of person. That's not a W, that's an M. Take that! Larry, I suggest you take up penmanship lessons. That is, if you never wish to experience this level of embarrassment again. Ooh, what the heck? What are you talking about? Speak English! You wrote Mindy so sloppily that it became Wendy to the average eye. Hey, stop picking on me! It's so embarrassing! There. Isn't that what childhood friends are for? They're the best, aren't they? For punching! But that will have to wait till we're out of this crime scene. Edgy, save me from the scary man! Sure, if you're willing to make amends. Start with your incredibly embarrassing mistake. That wasn't me! Come again. It's a fake! Someone's out to get me, so they made that fake letter! To set me up! Accept your defeats graciously. But you guys are being so mean! Hold it! Hold it! Penmanship analysis. What's that? No matter who, all people have certain unique features to their handwriting. Ergo, all we have to do is compare the handwriting in this letter to a sample of yours. And we'll know soon enough who it was that sent this letter. I'll never run into anything in my life! You don't have to, we already have something. It's no use, Mr. Loving Knight. For you've already graciously provided me with a sample of your handwriting. Take that! Let's autograph in our mysterious letter. If we compare the handwriting, we'll know the answer to our question soon enough. Confess now, Larry, so you're miserable to your miserable failure. I'm sorry! I did it. It was me causing trouble again. I admit it. You hit the nail right on the head, Edgy. So he finally confesses. I saw the Pink Princess being carried around in a stretcher and got worried, alright? I wanted to go to Mindy's room, but the doctors wouldn't let me in. So what choice did I have? It was the chimney or bust, Edgy. Your mind jumped from the door to the chimney. What a criminally overactive imagination. Well, at least I was honest and wrote Mindy a letter and it stuck into her door. Under her door. That way she wouldn't be so shocked when it came down through the chimney. Except for the fact that the letter was an utter failure conveying said its sentiments. I'm really sorry. Larry, you may be a shameful good-for-nothing blight on the face of humanity. However, I always knew you wanted to kill her. I told you to trust me. Because at the very least, I can attest that about you. Edgy! You're... Ah! We've lost a lot of valuable time because of you. Well, that's true. Thanks, Francisco, for not turning this into a sappy, In any case, I believe we can say that we're not. We can say that we now know what exactly happens. Mr. Larry Butt sought to climb down the chimney. Not for access to the crime scene, but to enter the room of the elderly lady next door. Hold it! Oh, hold it. Great job, Mr. Prosecutor. Although I still find it a bit unbelievable that the two of you are friends. But the suspicion on that guy over there isn't completely resolved yet. So don't get any funny ideas about running off, okay? Oh! Hey, what? Edgy? What does the Wolfman mean when he says I'm not off the hook yet? He needs the murder weapon. Larry, did you forget? There are 2 layers of suspicion hanging over your head. That's exactly what I mean. You can't only rely on the words of a suspect after all. We hadn't figured out where he was and what he was doing all night. But the blood-stained samurai sword that was left at the crime scene. As long as there's no satisfactory explanation for that, this wolf will refuse to ease up on his back. Oh! Reggie! That guy! He looks like he's seriously about to take a bite out of me. I'm well aware, and you should be as well, that this upcoming battle will be crucial. Thanks to the cooperation of our lovely bumbler, I've been dealt a very nice hand in sweet trump card. I think we're about to enter the final bout. Now, Mr. Prosecutor, let's see what you've got. You can easily point out the contradiction in the supposed murder weapon. But the real problem for me is figuring out what the real murder weapon is. This will be a high-stakes gamble, but this is one game I can't afford to lose. Why, Mary? I was the one who found the body of the victim, the mask too. Beside him, it was a samurai sword, glittering red and offering up the scented blood. It was supposed to be in the samurai's dressing room, but I found it here instead. Plus I found the murder weapon's owner, the suspect Larry Butts, in here too. It's a bit of far-fetched to accuse someone simply on the basis of ownership. This owner wants to sneak onto the crime scene. I think that's plenty to go on, don't you? Hold it! If you're alluding to his reason for being by the chimney, we've already established that. Not so fast. Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. You two are long-time friends, right? Just say you didn't fabricate the evidence to give him an alibi. You're accusing me of fabricating evidence? Not again. I think I can believe anything you produce? Forging evidence is all you prosecutors do. This man has some serious issues with prosecutors. But come on, I can't think of something as complicated as that, right, Edgy? Larry, I can agree because I know you and your personality well. However, Agent Lang knows nothing about you, or me for that matter. He senses hatred for my entire profession emanating from his being. Meaning that I can only prove Larry's innocence. The only way I can prove Larry's innocence is to present irrefutable evidence. I was the one who found the body of the victim, the mask too. Hold it! Hold it. So you were the first to discover the body this time. This time? What's that supposed to mean? Better watch what you say. I only said this time because earlier Kay was the first to discover the body in Babel. And her secretary, Agent Shinal, was ready to accuse her of murder for that. Not so fast! So you're going to use that excuse to call me suspicious now? Of course not. I was simply pointing out the usual pattern with discoverers of bodies. But in the Ablaze case, there was proof that she was holding the weapon, right? Well, in this one, it's a bit different, since we know exactly where the weapon is. Beside him was the samurai sword, glittering red and offering up the scent of blood. Hold it! Excuse me, but glittering red and offering up the scent of blood? Do I have to spell it out for you? I mean the sight and smell of blood, of course. And according to the test on the blood sword, the blood belonged to the victim. The sword was made to only be on stage, so it's not sharp. And it's pretty weighty. Certainly heavy enough to beat someone to death with. Which leads me to suspect that the victim was beaten to death with the sword. Beaten to death, huh? This last statement is too important to just let it slip by. Beside him was a samurai sword, covering in the victim's blood. Hold it! So the sword is covered in the victim's blood. Yeah, the lab results confirm that the blood on the sword matches the victim's. But the sword is as dull as a vanilla envelope. It's just a sage prop after all. Still, samurai is about safety first, so you can't use it like a real sword. The Steel Samurai has spoken. This Pink Princess also appears to have something she'd like to petition you personally. What does the Pink Princess would like to say can wait for the day after eternity? Anyway, my point is that the sword is too dull to slice with. Certainly heavy enough to bludgeon someone to death with. Therefore, I suspect he beat the victim to death with that thing. Hold it! About the samurai sword, have you received a report from your forensics yet? They confirmed that the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. Okay, I think we're beating a dead horse here. Oh, that was a really bad analogy for this. Alright, but have they confirmed that the outline of his wound is consistent with the weapon? Tell me so. Do you see the dead body right in front of you? So, they were conducting the autopsy right now. Shouldn't that body not be here? Well? I suppose so. I guess they still must be investigating this room. Meaning that it's possible that he doesn't know about that piece of evidence's true nature. Anything else you'd like to chit-chat about? No? Good. Let's continue. It's supposed to be the Steel Samurai's dressing room, but I found it here instead. Hold it! Larry has already testified that he forgot the samurai sword here. Yeah! I was shaking hands with the ambassador in here, and I left it by hand by accident. Not so fast. So what? You lied earlier, so as to say that excuse is just another lie. What if he gets up all the time? Why didn't you tell him? Why don't you tell him yourself? You see, what did I tell you earlier? No one will buy such a pathetic and vague excuse. Yes, well. I know it's not possible to prove such an excuse is true. You offer up respect? You're a worse person than I originally thought. You're free to think what you like, however, I know that Larry is not the killer. Agent Lang, please continue with your argument. I'll expose the flaw in it soon enough. Plus, from the murder weapon's owner, the suspect Larry Butts in here too. Hold it! Just because he is the owner of the weapon, therefore he must be the killer, is it? No. Climbing all the way up to the chimney is plainly suspicious in my book as well. Objection! Regarding that, I have already drowned the truth out, and the truth is one thing I don't bend. Not so fast. Doesn't matter if it's you or whoever. Prosecutors are all the same. As for me, prosecutors are the one thing I don't trust in. Objection! As an agent who doesn't trust prosecutors, what are you playing at? Sorry, sis. But there are two things I trust, my subordinates and the evidence at the crime scene. Agent Lang hates prosecutors, but as long as he trusts evidence that has been left at the crime scene, then there is something I can show him that he'll believe it. It's simply not possible that the samurai sword is the real murder weapon. We should focus on proving that point to Agent Lang first. Alright. I think I know what to present to him, but you can never be too careful, right? Objection! Do you know what this is, Agent Lang? It's a long spear, right? Used to have those a lot in my country a long time ago. Piercing my own people down. Spears are weapons of heroes throughout history. It's the next most effective weapon after the whip. I think the whip is a slightly different category. So what's your point? You going to tell me that the spear is the real weapon? No, I simply want you to take a look at the section here. Where it's been. Precisely. Apparently, a certain troublemaker hit it against the wall in his embassy earlier. And as you can clearly see, the undersides of the steel samurai's weapon are hollow. In other words, they're replicas that aren't strong enough to deliver a damaging blow, let alone the multiple strikes necessary to bludgeon someone to death. And yet there's not even a dent in the samurai sword. How do you explain that? Yeah! Oh yeah! The sword and the spear are made of the same stuff, so they bend easily. But I wish they made them out of better stuff. Because the spear got bent, I was able to do my special early summer rain jab move. Man, I got such an earful from the director of the play for not doing it in the show. Steel Samurai's special move was changed tonight because of him. I wonder what the data was changed to. Thank you, Francisca. Is that more than enough out of your violent whippering? Now, back on the topic of the spear. Yes, let's return to the real topic of discussion. This is where the real gamble begins. I don't have a real strategy per se. So all I can do for now is let the chips fall where they may. Using guesswork and taking risks and its real logic is hardly a von Karma way. It's neither smart nor very clever. Miss von Karma, as you know, unlike your father, I am not a genius prosecutor. Plus, I doubt his record of a 40-year win streak will ever be broken. That's a backhanded statement right there. But perhaps it is for the best if it remains unbroken. For no one should have conceived of the notion to convict all defendants in the first place. Objection! What a foolishly foolish statement from a foolish fool who hates to lose. It's the job of the prosecutor to make sure that all defendants are found guilty in court. There is nothing more important in this world than a perfect victory. Hold it! That may be your opinion, however, I don't believe that's all we are. As a prosecutor, what I pursue is not the perfect victory, but the perfect truth. And if that means that the bridge I must cross will crumble beneath my feet, then let it crumble as I walk on towards the truth. Not so fast! You're good at keeping me entertained, Mr. Prosecutor. But you know, humans are delicate creatures. The slightest pump and we expire. I'd like you to consider, if you will, the possibility that the sword was used in such a way that the attack killed the Master 2 without bending it. So what do you think of my hypothetical scenario? You know what to do here, right? And what you need. Of course. What I need is evidence Agent Lang can't refute. This is it. It's time to bring it to a close. Why Larry Part 2? That's all we have time for today. So we're gonna end it off. In the next episode of Miles Edgeworth Ace Attorney Investigations, we are going to go up against the final arguments for this part, anyway, against Agent Lang. I will see you guys later.